Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel TechUp Central. If you are new here, my name is Yasir and I've been working in UK copywriting sector for over 10 years. In today's video, we'll talk about Wheel Task Board in ServiceNow. So Wheel Task Board is a Kanban-style board that helps users visually manage tasks, incidents, problems and any kind of work items in ServiceNow. So why we need Wheel Task Board in ServiceNow? There are many benefits. So for example, it makes it easier to understand progress at a glance compared to list views. It quickly updates the states or assignment of a task by moving cards. Great for Scrum teams, serviceless teams, or project work. Everyone can see and manage tasks together. Great collaboration tool, and this is highly customizable. It is also helpful for personal productivity. So there are three main kinds of real task boards. The first one is Freeform board, flexible board, guided board. Without wasting time, let's get started. Log into ServiceNow. On top left corner, click All and search for Visual Task Board. Select the Visual Task Board. New window will pop up. So there are already some pre-built Visual Task Boards available, but we are going to create a Freeform new task board. Click on Freeform board, which is for our personal productivity. So when we click on the Freeform board, there are some pre-generated columns: to do, doing, done. We can rename those columns. We can reassign them. We can rearrange them, edit them. These are the Kanban style of columns, as you can see on the screen. So I have edited a couple of columns here, and I am going to rearrange those columns. Let's say the done, I'm putting it at the end because that means that those tasks has been completed already. So it's quite flexible. You can customize the columns according to your requirements. I am adding a new column called follow-ups. So for example, any task, incident, or any to-do list which I have to follow up with someone, I can create another column depending on my project. Now I'll go ahead and create a new card, which means this is my personal task, and I will say that contact operations team. And when I click enter, a new task will be created, which will start with P task, which means this is personal task or private task, and there is a number assigned automatically. I will click on that task, and there are various options, properties I can set. For example, priority. These all priority states are for my personal use. So priority, emergency, normal, state, and the description of the task. I can add information in there for my personal use, so that when I come back to that task, I understand what is that all about. I can put the notes, description, and I'm the owner. Click update, and the task properties will be updated automatically. Now I'll go click on all and find task in the search area. I will click task here, so it will populate all the tasks currently assigned to me, but they are not personal tasks, they are probably team tasks, with those filters where active is true, assignment group is the following assignment group, and assigned to is empty. I can add more filters here. For example, assignment group is for example my group name, and search for that, and based on that criteria, those filters, I will have more tasks. The reason we are searching for the task, we are going to add these tasks into the real task board. When I click run, based on that criteria, I will have all those tasks, and I can set up the columns based on those tasks. I can add more columns for these tasks from left to right, super easy to navigate, and I can rearrange them. For example, additional column, I can select on that on the right side. I can click top arrow to bring that column as a first column. This is quite standard procedure in ServiceNow. So again, the reason we are setting this up, we are going to add these tasks into our task board, right? So now I am going to bring all the tasks which are available as much as possible, putting a new filter, run, and I have about 1140 tasks in total, which are not assigned at the moment to no one, which means they are empty. So so there are various options available to include the task into the real task board. I will show you step by step. So the task I have created for my personal use, I can add those tasks into the real task board, and I can add pre-assigned tasks to my real task board, and I can add these tasks to the favorites. So in here I'm going to add this list as a catalog task list 1 into my favorites. So all these 1138 or 1140 tasks will be treated as a favorites. Now the next step is I can group those tasks in a group based on the status pending, status open, and work in progress. So all those 1100 whatever tasks been assigned under different categories, different groups for my ease. It's just a background at the moment. So next step I'm going to show you how to add those tasks into the real task board, whether they are my personal task or group task. So I'm selecting those tasks, and on the top right corner click on add to the real task board. So this is the real task board I have created a few minutes ago. I will select that, and those selected tasks in the previous step will be added automatically to the real task board. This is one way. There are more than one ways available. So as I mentioned earlier, I have created a list of 1100 tasks earlier based on a filter. So from this list I am adding few more tasks in my real task board. So tasks can be added to the real task board from various ways. So select the task, right click, and add to the real task board, and it will ask you which real task board you want to add the task. So in here I have opened a task, and I will add that individual task to the real task board. Again, click on the tab on the top, the title, and right click on that and click on add to real task board. So it will bring up again the real task board which I have created earlier, and I can add this particular task to my real task board. So either you can select a list of tasks, or you can individually add a task to the real task board list. Alright, so I think we have added few tasks in the real task board. Now I'm gonna go to open real task board. As mentioned earlier, all the real task boards are available, so I will open the one which I have created. So you can see on this screen, there are all those tasks which I have created earlier are available in the real task board. Now I have to arrange them, and I have to rename them. So I will call it my real task board, and I can add this real task board as a favorite for my ease. Um, so after adding that real task board, I will be going to arrange this real task board based on the task status. There are again filters or sorters, due date, as I have shown you earlier, and there are few properties of this task board. The top right corner, click on the filters and properties, and you can change the settings of this real task board. So as I'm changing the settings, you can see the screen parameters and realization are changing accordingly. So you should understand what it does, what it option allows you to do that, and according to your requirement you can set that up. I can also add task at the last minute, instead of just bringing all those tasks previously from the different sources, and I can rearrange the task as per my requirement. So for example, you are on a task board, real task board, and you remember something you have to complete it, you can just add a new card in here, and your previously configured card will be shown here, and you can assign person to various tasks, various cards, picking up the person on the top, or you can manually add a person and assign them a task, so the person will automatically get the notification. We can also label tasks based on the emergency, normal, standard, story, low priority, so that when we start our work in the morning, we just filter them out, what are the emergency, what are the high priorities, by clicking on the color tag. So in here I have applied some colors. So when I click on that color on the top next to the label, only those particular tasks will be populated, which means those tasks probably are just for me to work on that particular day. So if I click on the story, I will only see the story. If I click on another one, for example low priority, these are the low priority, I can ignore them for now. um, so this is just a filter, help you prioritize your work for the day. This was all about real transport in ServiceNow, and if you have any questions, please put in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.